Hello, everybody. Happy Friday.
Welcome
Welcome
to
to Time Theft Today.
yes. Welcome sunburnt opossum.
Yes, lots of activity in the chat already. I feel like people are in high spirits today. Hello, Weasel Pluve,
Yes,
Quarian, Lucas Durang, uh, Neon Meow 69,
that's a
Emma
good username.
Heed. Lots of people.
What are you?
Everybody's ready to do some time theft.
Yeah. What are we time thefting? What is that?
Emma Heed says, I'm having a lovely chill Friday evening, people watching at the town center.
Oh
That's
hell
very
yeah!
cool. I hope Twitch Mobile is not being too stupid to you because sometimes it sucks on mobile. Have you noticed that, Maddie?
Yeah.
Which is a
I'm
bummer.
yeah. If you like leave the app and come back, it disconnects, and then so you have to like restart the app to try to like get it to connect, and then by then it's like, well, they're not gonna know what you're saying because that was like a minute ago. Um,
Yeah, there's a lot of lag on the mobile, which just
yeah.
sucks because the experience of like walking around, watching your little friends in your phone is so goated.
I was literally gonna say goaded.
Yeah.
Little Toasty X. It's happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy Leo season. I know a
Happy
lot of
Leo
Leos who are
season.
celebrating their birthday this week. So, from a fellow fire sign, hello, flame on. Oh, wait, can we hit that bumper for them actually?
Oh yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Flame.
Where did it go? Oh yeah, it's this one? No, not that one. I
No.
did this one.
Yeah. Oh, the flame. This one's for you, Melinda.
I have to clip it so it's just flame on. I gotta just get a bunch of clips from that.
I know, because it's like 2 minutes long of agony. But, but there's so many good bits in it. Well, today we're going to be making gender mood boards, which we'll get to that in a little bit, I think, right?
Yeah.
We already have some amazing submissions from
So
people in the
good.
Piscord who already made some. Feel free to keep making those and posting those in the
Yes.
Piscord, even live, But yeah, we have a bunch of fun stuff to get to
And
today.
and this is the thing. So okay, so to back up, we're making gender mood boards today. We have not said anything else because there's no boundaries on that. We have not set any boundaries on that. If you're wondering what that means, it's a gender mood board. I did have somebody ask me what a mood board was. So I think that might be helpful to explain. A mood board is basically if you're doing a creative project, you a lot of times you might start with a mood board, and a mood board is just like a bunch of pictures of stuff that is you're like that's the vibe I want. I feel like I've heard about it in professional settings, in a lot in music. Well, like there will be a pop star, and there will be like I want my music video to have this, and they might create a mood board for that. I feel like I've heard that specifically in the
Yeah.
context of like something will be on a mood board, and then the person creating it will just rip that off, which
Right. Well, it happens a lot with like writers on Tumblr is probably where I first encountered it. I mean, mood boards are a huge Tumblr thing.
yes,
Period. Pinterest is all just a mood board
right,
basically if you pin different things. So a lot of times it can be like what tropes or what styles or characters, but it can also just be like visual, like natural imagery or stim boards, like ASMR
right,
type shit, like sensations. It can be really like anything.
yeah.
Um,
They don't even necessarily have to. I think they're traditionally visual still images. Most people have created sort of collages, and I think that's the sort of the standard. But make a playlist for your mood board. I think that's a really classic thing
mhm.
to do. Um, so that's the first thing, and because if you're here watching live, especially, I'd love if you haven't heard us talk about this. If you are in a place where you can, especially if you're at work. Start making one of these
Yes.
right now.
Hmm.
Whatever comes to mind. Pinterest is a great place to start. Tumblr is a great place to start. You know, just search in the
Hmm.
Tumblr in, hashtag Dyke or whatever, like, or whatever it
Yeah.
is for you.
And even like where you choose to put it together is an aesthetic choice, right? So like we'll
Right.
get to this later. Mine is a PowerPoint that's on brand. But like when I've had writing projects, like I had an Unmasking Autism playlist that I still have on Spotify. I had a playlist of like very gendery music videos too when I was figuring my shit out. It can be a Pinterest, it can be people would make whole Tumblr blogs where they would just reblog over and over again the shit that
Right.
they liked. And I had tags like that, like I've mentioned the Boysonis tag before. So like MS Paint, whatever you want to do, cut out your little dolls and glue them on a piece of paper,
Oh, I should
however you
go
want.
because I when I was on Tumblr in like 2015, my current Tumblr was a aesthetic blog. I should like see if I can. I think the only way is to just keep scrolling until I hit it. um.
Now you can go to your URL/archive and pick whatever date you want.
Oh, okay, cool. Maybe because that could be
Yeah.
a fun. I'd have to scroll off camera to make sure there's not nudes in there. Um, but
Yeah.
that could be a fun thing because that shit is definitely still gender. But yeah, so I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to start with because I think we're going to talk about other stuff before we get to it. But please start if you're in a place where you can, please start fucking with that. Put it in the Discord. We don't actually have. I don't have a button to show that, but um, uh, I can throw a link in the chat. And another really important thing that I want to say that we haven't said out in the social media postings about it is please, if you are cis, also do this. I want if you are
Mm-hmm.
cis and straight, do this. Like first
First
of
of all,
all.
raise your hand if you're that. Because what?
We love you. I don't want to scare off any okay, thank you for putting that in the chat.
No.
Because
Yeah.
we love you. We love that you're here. And also please do this also because um I think that's so important. And I mean, sure, there's one aspect of it is of like, maybe you'll find out some things. Maybe like um um, uh but also like even if you didn't find anything out that maybe even if it wasn't like I found out I'm not exactly cis het, you know whatever, uh cis allosexual, right? That's
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
Cishet aloe. Yeah.
right, like if
Yeah.
but
Homeowner.
ugh!
Two working knees. Yeah.
Oh, I
Homeowner
don't
privilege.
Ah!
Yeah.
Actually, I don't own my home because we still pay a mortgage.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't get into
Animal
Animortal right
welfare.
now. We can't. um, but anyway, so yes, please make a gender mood board. We would love to see this. And if you're watching the VOD, I think we'll talk. I think we'll look at more next week too. So
Yeah.
if you don't finish it today, or if you're watching the VOD, please get one of those. Please get some of those going because we would love to see them.
Yeah.
Whatever that means to you.
Yeah. Yeah, there is so many different ways to be whatever fucking gender and sexual orientation and other identities you are. So like even if you are cis het, what that means to you could be completely different to what that means to somebody else. And as some of the genesis for us even having this as a topic was about just thinking about personal style and
Yes.
one's evolving personal style and presentation, which that's something everybody makes choices about,
Right.
and can have aspirations about, no matter what your identity is.
Absolutely. So I just wanted to put that out there first. We have a bunch of them already we're going to look at. We'd love if you get, if you're doing it live with us to look at those. But yeah, so with that put out there, should we go right into it?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited to hear this. Yes.
It's been
yes.
it's been so
a
long
Grimes
since we've had a
report.
Grimes report.
Oh. Oh my God, we're so back. Oh, it's time for a Grimes report.
It
And
was it
let me
was
just say,
it was Jover, but now we're so back.
but that's back. It's and let me just say that like we were, just talking about like the serious personal like trans femme angle to this stuff, and then but I was immediately like, oh, but Grimes is involved, and so this is actually about Grimes.
I
So with
know.
my, my AFAB centric worldview, whatever, like I I'm aware of that. I'll just acknowledge that
Well, there's okay.
this is about
Elon
it.
Musk does shit all the fucking time. We can't talk about it every time, and it's always just horrible. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to know because I've thought about like making Elon like literally a regular segment or something because I think he's so evil, and he's so evil in a way that I do think is constructive to look at because he's so naked in his evilness because he can't shut the fuck up. Um, but it usually just sucks. So when we can frame it in this Grimes report thing, it's very it's a lot more fun. So
Yeah, 'cause I also don't wanna talk about every fucked up thing he does, right? Like, I
right,
think he wants that, he's such a
right.
edgelord, and, Grimes is awful too, and just because she had one win today that
Yeah,
we're gonna be talking about does not change the fact that she's hanging out with alt-right scumbags and
I
everything
know.
else, but
At
it is
most
kind of
we're
funny to
at most we're
only talk about his ex instead of him.
it is I do I think if it is a win it's like maybe this will make you think about things because clearly this is a thing she believes like she's like said some stupid shit in the past but it's usually like it really seems like she very clearly like in her heart believes in trans rights which is not true for other issues like she's
Yeah.
like she's very much a white supremacist and shit like that and follows these people and it is not this like
Natalist.
right
Yeah.
right um so we can only hope that if this is like at most this is like her maybe this will make her think about some things
Yeah,
um
well, and it used to be just a very personal topic for her. If you don't know all the previous lore, we have a whole episode where I did a whole Grimes deep dive. It's on YouTube, it's on Twitch, so we don't need to recount that. But like she used to say a lot of things about like her name making her dysphoric, being called a mother making her dysphoric, never wearing a dress ever again, hating being forced to present a certain way as a pop star and a woman. And
yeah
then she ended up with Elon, and then she was posting shit about like how the negative health effects of hormones and bullshit. So like he definitely got to her. Doesn't excuse anything, but yeah, we can hope.
I think the one piece of lore that that we can that I think is relevant is the gimme this isn't in your heart, give me a doll.
Yes. When he
So
said pronouns suck. Yeah.
yeah, so basically they were together at this point.
Oh yeah.
They were
Oh yeah.
firmly together and he said pronouns suck. And this was before he went on his full right turn.
Well, this was when his daughter had come out to him. She had not officially changed her last name yet,
mm,
and disowned him. But so
yeah,
that it was in reference to, by all accounts, the tension between Elon and Vivian, his trans daughter. And so he said pronouns suck,
right.
and then
Um
Grimes made that infamous banger tweet.
yes, that was this isn't in your heart, give me a doll. Um I'm trying to see. I don't know how much of it. Do we even want to watch the clip of him saying stupid shit about his daughter? Uh,
I mean, I don't really want to. Like, I feel like the
okay.
like her recounting it is. I mean, I haven't watched the whole thing though. So if there's more than like what she responded to,
No,
then maybe it is in the background. I don't know how long it is.
well the whole interview is really long and there's I have seen a few clips of it. I haven't really watched much of it because I can't. But there are some funny so basically Elon Musk had a interview with Jordan Peterson and it's very funny because it's just like a lot of talking past each other like It's which
Mhm.
is very funny. There's a clip of like Elon Musk is talking about an injury he had where he apparently knocked over a sumo wrestler, is what he said. Um, I don't believe a single fucking word out of his mouth, but he's like basically he
No.
says he knocked over a sumo wrestler and it really gave him a bad back injury. and, and Jordan Peterson is like, well, the carnivore diet fixes this. Like
Of
literally.
course. As he's like dying, as a kidney is falling out of his body because his skin has like become so paper thin, it just can open up. Jordan Peterson is like, I'll help you
Right.
get healthy.
Yeah, and it's wild because if you can't fucking sell Elon Musk on something, because Elon Musk was like, no, this is an injury, like I can't, I need to get surgery for it, and he's like, well, no, surgery could be bad. My wife went on the carnivore diet and she her whole life changed and blah blah blah, and Elon's just like, sure, yeah, I mean, I like meat. He just keeps saying, I mean, I like
Oh
meat.
my God. I love that they are all so just like rotted and
Yeah.
morphed in like different ways where like Elon and Trump can't get along. Like Elon and Jordan Peterson can't get along. Like almost none of them can be friends except for Joe Rogan
he, he could
and
be
Jordan Peterson.
he doesn't have a single thought bouncing around in his head, so you can say whatever to him and he's like, wow. Wow,
Yeah.
Jamie, show me that picture of a monkey that's relevant right now. But like,
Yeah.
um it's yeah, so there was a bunch of stupid shit like that, and one of the things he said was that like I'm trying to remember the whole thing so we don't have to watch it. It's basically just like my daughter, or he refers to her as his, he misgenders her, like was taken by the woke mind virus, killed by the woke mind
Mhm.
virus is the quote. And he said that he was tricked into signing papers so that she could go on HRT, blah 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 blah. So
Yeah.
that is kind of the thing that sparked this stupid discourse.
Yeah. And I think her response mostly covers the other things point by point that he alleged, like her being a gay child, effeminate, whatever, but not a woman or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
So
Mallory, oh,
go on.
I just wanted to highlight real quick. Mallory Soros in the chat said, "I love using the term disowned in the child to parent direction. In my brain, it is so much in the power of the parent to disown, and the language of no contact is not strong enough. Take that power, girl."
Hell yeah.
And I just wanted to highlight that as somebody who disowned a parent at 18,
Yeah.
the same as Vivian, and changed my last name. So that's always the language I've used for it. Um, and yeah, yeah, I like it better than no contact too. So yeah,
That's great. Yeah. Basically, we only my understanding was the only reason we knew any of this stuff is because it came out in a fucking court filing. When because she changed her first name for gender reasons and then also changed her last name, and she said there basically she had to give a reason that is like recorded by the court, and she said, I don't want to be associated with Elon. But she may have
hmm
used disowned. I'm not I don't remember the specific phrasing, but that's how we first started knowing about this, and I actually didn't know that we had heard from her at all. So I I was very much like, yeah, if you don't want to be in the fucking, if you don't want to talk to anybody about this shit, don't. But it is nice to like get this. It's been really nice to get this side of the story because, you know, the only thing you hear about Elon Musk is from himself or his sycophants, mostly.
yeah. Yeah, I do feel, I mean, she's so young, and so it felt good that, like, she had just done all she could to kind of divorce herself from him and then was in private, and I can understand why she came out now, but I also kinda worry for her
Yeah.
then getting that much scrutiny and attention, both good and bad, you know?
Right.
But she very clearly was very careful and prepared and intentional here in what she wanted to say,
Yep.
and she wants to take that agency, so that's awesome.
Yeah. So she responded. I guess she has a Threads account. Which girl, I'm glad you're not on Twitter, but I wish you were on Blue Sky or Tumblr or something. I don't.
Lucy got Tumblr or Mastodon. Like, I don't know. Who knows?
Threads is fine. I just don't want to look at it. um,
Yeah.
it's not like it's morally worse than Twitter. But it's just I don't want to be there. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, so she responded. There's a lot of stuff I need to debunk, which I will get to. Don't worry about. But I want to start with what I find the funniest, which is the notorious slightly autistic tweet. This is going to be a bit, so just bear with me. This is entirely fake. Like literally none of this ever. Oh yeah. So he said that in the interview, and then he also tweeted some other shit, which was Vivian was born gay and slightly autistic, two attributes that contribute to gender dysphoria. I know that from when she was about, I'm fixing his misgendering, when she was about 4 years old, and she would pick out clothes for me to wear, like a jacket, and tell me it was fabulous, as well as her love of musicals and theater. But she was not a girl. So she responds, "This is entirely fake. Like literally none of this ever happened, ever. I don't even know where he got this from. My best guess is that he went to the I've never
Yiannopoulos.
Yiannopoulos School of Gay Stereotype.
Yiannopoulos. Yeah.
Just picked some at random and said, good enough," in a last-ditch attempt to garner sympathy points when he is so obviously in the wrong, even in his own fucking story. I did not have a quote love of musicals and theater when I was 4, because I was fucking 4. I did not know what these things were. My earliest real experience with musicals was when my twin brother had a Hamilton phase in 8th, 9th grade and overplayed it so much in the car to the point where for a long time I swore off the entire genre. Yeah, as you pointed out pre-stream, I love that we get that Hamilton somehow ties into this drama too.
Lin-Manuel Miranda mentioned. I'm scared.
I never picked out jackets for him to wear, and I was most certainly not calling them fabulous, because literally what the fuck. I did not use the word fabulous when I was 4, because once again I would like to reiterate I was 4. Like, this is so obvious, I don't even think it warrants explanation, but apparently people believe this nonsense, so here I am. The entire thing is completely made up, and there's a reason for this. He doesn't know what I was like as a child because he quite simply wasn't there, and in the little time that he was, I was relentlessly harassed for my femininity and queerness. Obviously, he can't say that, so I've been reduced to a happy little stereotype fagging along to use at his discretion. I think that says a lot about how he views queer people and children in general. As for if I'm not a woman, sure, Jan, whatever you say. I'm legally recognized as a woman in the state of California, and I don't concern myself with the opinions of those who are below me. Obviously, Elon can't say the same, because in a ketamine-fueled haze, he's desperate for attention and validation from an army of degenerate red pill incels and pick-me's who are quick to give it to him. Go touch some fucking grass.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I'm glad
Love
that.
it.
Just wanted to read that whole thing, because God, is it nice to hear from the other side of this.
Yes. And this is all in line with what is well documented about Elon Musk. At
Right.
Neuralink and SpaceX,